Hi everyone. Right, well I did my lawn repair on a very wet, cold day in February. The video of that lawn repair went out on the 25th of February. So by my calculation, I sort of probably sowed the seed 2 or 3 days before then. It's now the 10th of March. So it's coming up to the 3 week mark. So I thought you might be interested in seeing just how well that seed has done. So it's now a cold, rainy day in March, but I'm going to take the camera off the tripod and I'll walk you through the lawn. I'll also put the link to that video in the description box below. You just cut and paste it into YouTube and it'll bring up the video where I show you step by step all the steps that I took to reseed the lawn. So yes, one of my subscribers, Wendy, commented on the last video and she said, "Oh, is that your grass seed sprouting?" So I thought you might be interested to see how it's doing. Right, and you can see we are still walking around on sort of mud. Right, I'm going to start up here. So this is where we enter the lawn, if you want to call it that, the sort of grass strip that runs down my garden. And you can see some of it, I think, is the original grass, maybe that darker green, but all this sort of pale lime colour is the new seed. And I'm so relieved that it's grown, because I've done patch repairs in the past, but nothing on the scale of this. And if you haven't seen that video, the reason the lawn was in such bad repair was because last year we built that greenhouse. So we had, we're tramping up and down here with wheelbarrows full of sand and cement. I'm going to go over here. And I didn't measure the grass seed out precisely. I think it's at 150 grams per square meter, and I just sort of visualized that. But in the end, I was just sort of sprinkling. And one of the things that, because I watch lots of YouTube videos telling me how to do this, and they were saying don't overseed the area, and I don't think I have. So you can see when this grass grows here, I'll have to start repairing these bits of grass here which I've been using whilst this grass grows. So I'll try and get down more on that level. I'm just delighted, and I think it's going to be lovely. And obviously we haven't walked on it, so I don't know, I think that's about what, 2 to 3 centimeters tall. So this grass here, I can tell that is the old grass that's just grown up through the compost. I'm so relieved that it's grown, because I thought I was going to be hugely embarrassed and have to come and tell you that obviously I haven't prepared the ground well enough or whatever. But yeah. So I know I shouldn't be surprised, because I feel like I did everything right. I've given it the best possible chance, and like I said on that initial video, grass seems to grow everywhere but where I want it to grow. Got growing like billy in my borders. Right. So yes, I'll put the link to the original video. You can fast forward over all the chit chat bit at the beginning if you want, and just jump to all the different stages. Right, so now that the grass is starting to grow on the central part of the lawn, I'll take you right down here. So you can see the original grass is slightly darker in colour. The lime green, very fine grass is the new seed that's sprouted. But the areas that we've been walking on down here and over there, it's now taking its toll on them. But my thinking is that if we continue to walk along that side of the grass, there's no reason why I can't start aerating this part of the lawn. So right the way down here, it's definitely not as bad as this was, but you can see it's quite patchy. So yes, all the way around there to the front gate over there. I'm going to go and aerate all of this, and then I'm going to scarify it, get some more seed tomorrow, and basically just give it the same treatment that I gave to this part of the lawn. So yeah, great. So we are at the 12th of March now. So by early summer, I should have a nice green grass path to walk on down to the greenhouse. Right, I just want to interrupt a minute there because something really strange is happening. When I'm pressing the fork into the soil to aerate it, I notice that all of these worms are shooting out. They're sort of coming out of the newly seeded area and then coming along here. So I'll show you over here. So I'm not digging at all in this area. I'm poking the holes in there, but the worms are coming out there. And there's more. So if anybody knows why that should be happening, please let us know. Anyway, this is how I'm aerating the lawn. So going down at least 6 inches. You can see by the fork how deep down I'm going. Right, so I'm going to walk down this area of the lawn and I'll show you where I've aerated the other side now. So all the way down, because when you've got a relatively small garden or a relatively small patch of grass, like as I have, you haven't got the luxury of just treating a whole sort of rectangular lawn and then just not standing on it for weeks. So I haven't gone any further than, well, I've sort of done this little bit here because that was a bit patchy, but the rest of the grass will just catch up. That's not really patchy. So I think I'll just give that a nice feed. When this area is caught up, sort of in thickness and height, then I'll feed the whole lawn. So right, this will do for today. I need to go and get more compost, and more grass seed. But I'm just going to get the same grass seed because, as I say, I'm really happy with what I've got here. Oops, I've just noticed I've stood on a bit of the new grass over there, but I know for a fact it'll rain tonight, so that will stand up. And then when this is all done, I'll start repairing this strip of lawn. Right, I come in out the rain. Right, one thing I would mention about the area just outside the greenhouse here, that was really the most compacted soil. And someone mentioned that they didn't think I had aerated it deeply enough. And the guidelines are that you go down between 2 to 6 inches, and some people say, oh, you need 4 to 8 inches. So if you do want to have a look at that video, and I've speeded it up because obviously it took me all day, and please don't underestimate the amount of energy it took to aerate that lawn with a fork. It was exhausting. So yes, if you try and sort of slow it down with your finger on the bar, you'll see that I actually lift the fork up at least 3 foot and then sort of whack it down into the soil. And this area here outside the greenhouse, I really went down probably about 8 inches there. The rest of the lawn, I would say I went down 6 inches. So it doesn't look like I went down that deeply or that it took that much effort when it's all speeded up. But I definitely did. So I aerated it, I scarified it, I sowed the seed, and then I covered it in new compost. So yes, I feel like I did all the steps correctly. But when I was reading the back of the seed box, it said should be due for its first cut in 6 weeks' time, from 6 weeks after sowing the seed. And I thought, there's no way that is going to happen, because for the first week it was just the bare soil, nothing was coming up, and that's when I was feeling, oh my goodness, it's so embarrassing. But then all of a sudden it's all sprouted. It could be because it's never stopped raining either. But yeah, it's very, very cold. We very rarely get up anywhere near 10 degrees here. I hope, I'm touch wood, it's going to be great. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. I hope your weather's a bit better than ours, and I'll see you next time. Bye.